have your knees like to where they're just resting into one another, where you're not having to use your muscles to hold them up, or you can flatten them out. But the goal here is to just try to transition from our busy day into a relaxed state. Just truly set ourselves up for a successful practice. And I want you to consider your yoga mat, your little sacred space right now. For some of us, it becomes very special. We have blood, sweat, and tears on the mat, and so it truly is kind of a part of us. So just kind of settle into the ground, allow your muscles to unclench, let go of your jaw, any tightness in the fingers or toes. Begin to unwind and just take notice of your breath. So right now we're basically just observing the breath, nothing forceful at this moment. Just noticing how fast or slow it's moving, kind of assessing, and then we'll move into deeper breaths as you can. So go ahead and start to inhale a little bit deeper, let the belly expand and the ribs kind of open up. Let your lungs fill all the way with air. And then through the nostrils, exhale out. Just notice that warm breath floating out of the nostrils. Empty out completely. Leave nothing in the lungs. And then you can repeat that cycle, just in and out of the nostrils, super slow. So yogis believe that we are promised a certain amount of breaths in our lifetime. So just think, if you can lengthen your breath, how much longer you'll live, how much healthier you'll be. It's such a great detox. Nostril breath is very cleansing. So I just want to start with a nice little saying that I want you to try to hold on to for the whole practice. We'll come back and revisit it at the end. It's just short and sweet. It says, allow God to use the difficulties and disappointments in life as polish to transform your faith into glistening diamonds that take on the reflection of His love. So really soak that in. And I'm going to repeat it just one more time so that you can really absorb the words, take it into your heart, bring it into your intention. Allow God to use the difficulties and disappointments in life as polish to transform your faith into glistening diamonds that take on His reflection of love. So with that being said, I want you guys to just slowly take a seated posture. We're going to come into easy seated, so no rush to get up here, but we'll just have our knees nice and open. Sit up nice and tall. Let your wrists become like a weight to the knees to help you to drop open. Good. From here, Alyssa looks like she's like enjoying that, so we'll just do it with her because it looks so juicy and good. So like just take your neck over to the side, little side stretch. Really pull that shoulder down and away from the chin. Lengthen through from your jaw all the way over to that shoulder. Just roll your head forward, let your chin touch your chest, and then come over to the other side. Do the same thing. Really let go of the shoulder. So these are working stretches. We are working to like open, create more length, and then once you get there, see if you can let go of the clenched muscles. Go back down and around to the other side, and we'll just take it back. Center. Good job. We're going to take a big breath and reach our arms up. Inhale. Just hold here. Circle the wrists about 2 times one direction and then just circle them out the other way, warming everything up. Let's take our hands down to our shins. Give yourself a little roundness in the back. Get into the shoulder blades, maybe side to side. Good. We'll press it forward. Chest comes out. We look up. Little tiny back bend. Good. Just come back center. We're going to take the legs out in front of us. And we're going to tuck one under us. So kind of aim for tucking it back and around underneath the hip. Perfect. And so then we're going to take the other leg, take it across and over. If it only will make it right in the front, that's fine. If you can, go ahead, tuck it all the way over. Good job. So now we're going to twist into this. So take the opposite elbow just to the outside of the knee. And then look all the way back and over. Good. Nice little rinse for the body, a little hug for the internal organs. We're going to come back right to the center, and we're going to see if we can deepen in this twist. See if you can get your foot to come back to towards this other hip. Good. Sit up nice and tall. Anybody feel that deep stretch in the outside hip? Yeah, it's talking to us, right? Good. That's what we want. So let your body get acclimated to the postures, and then you can take them further. So go ahead, just hands down to the mat. Take a big breath in, and on the exhale, see if you can bend the elbows and come down a little further. Beautiful. Another big breath in, lengthen it, take in as much air as you can, and on your exhale, just melt a little bit more. Maybe you can get a couple more inches. Oh yes. If anybody can lay flat, go ahead. I'm not quite there. The hips are tight today. Go ahead, come on up. We're going to slowly release out of that, and we'll just switch sides. So no rushing. We're going to take the legs out. Go ahead, tuck the other one back. We're going to cross over, and we'll do that little twist with the elbow to the outside of that opposite leg. So take a big breath in once you make connection to the knee. And on your exhale, take a little twist. Look all the way back and around. Twist the spine. Breath in. And on the exhale, get a little more. Try to keep your chin just level with the horizon. Try not to look up or down. Inhale, and on the exhale, just a bit more. Great job. Come back, center. We're going to deepen in this however you can. If you can start to pull that leg towards the other hip. I know it's tight, but we need to work on opening the hips if we can. That's our emotional junk drawer, right? It holds all the fear and anxiety and emotion and rage and craziness. You don't have any craziness in you, do you? Maybe. Not this class. No, I'm just playing. All right, let's take it over to the palms. We don't want to see that side. We're keeping that one tamed down. That's what yoga helps us to do. Stay in charge of our emotions. We get to pick. We get to pick how we react. We're really the only one that decides, and you shouldn't let anybody steal your peace from you. Go ahead, bend your elbows on the exhale so you can come up on an inhale, and then on an exhale, kind of fold into it. Feel free to flow with breath like that another time or two, or you can just hold down low, just inching your way down. Good. Straighten through the spine, lengthen, and then fold over. Whew, that's a pretty intense one. Let's come on up. Let's come out of that. We're going to let our feet come all the way back and around behind us. And since we started with the diamond talk, I learned something new. I knew there had to be something called a diamond pose in yoga. Well, this is it. It's also called Thunderbolt, but it's referred to as diamond pose as well. So what we want to do is have our back up tall. And I wanted to read to you guys the benefits of this posture. So as you sit here, just try to get your hips down on your feet, and if you can take it out further and let your booty drop all the way down to the ground, then go for that too. This one's more of a hero's pose. But both improve your digestion. They help with acidity and ulcers. They strengthen your back. And then they help with sciatica. And it helps with your pelvic muscles. And it also is known to help with labor pains and reduce cramps. So there you go. Lesson learned, right? Too bad I didn't know about this when I was like in high school. Good, so nice and tall here. We're gonna take those legs right back underneath us. This time go ahead, tuck your toes underneath you. And we're gonna plant our hands into the earth, nice and wide, big fingertips. And we're gonna send our hips to the sky, but suck your belly button in first, take a big breath in. Now downward facing dog. Good. Just allow your body to acclimate to being upside down. So think hips are tall to the sky, your heels are close to the mat, and your elbows are scooped in and up. Nice active arms, and the head is relaxed. I want you to come up on your tippy toes, breath in, and then exhale, put your heels close to the mat, breath out. Inhale, lift it up, and exhale it down. 2 more times, just like that, all the way to your fullest tippy toes, and let it go. And the last one, really get the most you can, lift it up, and let it down. Good. From here, we're gonna float one leg to the sky, nice and tall, 3-legged dog. Now go ahead and bend your knee and flex your foot. So your foot is actually coming across the body. And we'll just hold here and breathe. Try to square your body off, not let one shoulder higher than the other. Send your leg back out tall, and then set it down. Breath out. Take a cycle of breath here, in and out. Big scoop in. Exhale, let go. Let's float the other leg up to the sky. Nice pointed toes here. Lift, lift, lift. Then go ahead, bend the knee, flex the foot. Open that hip, square everything off. Breathe through it, and then you can send it back out tall and let it float all the way down to the ground. Turbo dog here, so breath in, drop your knees just above the mat. Then exhale, hips tall. Exhale it out. Breath in, drop just above. Exhale it tall. 2 more, just like that. Breath in, really drop right above. Now squeeze everything tight, lift it high. Last one, drop it down. And lift it up. Beautiful job. Go ahead, drop your knees out wide for wide child's pose. We're gonna touch the toes together, rest the hips on the heels, press it back. Put your forehead into the mat. Let your elbows drop out. Now tiptoe your fingers forward towards the mat, the top of the mat. Good. Now pull your body back and away from it so that you get this deep stretch under your arms. Right through the armpit, right along the side of it. Good. If it feels better to lift your elbows off of the mat, if you get a deeper stretch by activating those and pulling away, try that and see which one you like better. Which one gives you the most, the best stretch, the best release. Good. From here, we're going to activate our child's pose. So we're just going to take our knees close together, and we're going to flip our toes underneath us. Just a slight flip, not too far. Elbows come off the mat. Good. So suck the belly button into the spine. Lift your hips high, downward facing here again. And we're just going to walk the hands and feet a little closer together until they meet right in the middle of your mat. Hold on to your forward fold. So we're gonna grab opposite elbows, just frame your face with your arms. And we're just gonna gently, with breath, sway from side to side. Let your low back tension start to melt away from you. Trickle down your legs, away from your body. Just imagine it releasing. Send your breath into those areas. Basically what that means is just focus on the area that's being worked. Focus on the area that's tight. See if you can let go while you're breathing. Good. We're going to plant our hands into the ground. So walk them out until you can be flat. But I want your hands as close to your feet as they can be flat. So take a breath in, lift up to a half lift, touch your shins, and then exhale it down right back into that posture, flat palms. So we're going to float one leg, it doesn't matter which one, up to hip height. Flexed foot here. Good. I want to see if you can go a little bit further, so lift it a little higher. Now let your top body get closer to the base leg and point your top toe. Square everything off. Good. From here, turn that back leg out. We're coming into warrior two, so slight bend in the front leg, set the back leg out, and then rise up into your warrior two. There you go. Awesome work, guys. So see if you can elongate through the arms. Shoulders are down, and the knees right over the ankle. Everybody looks perfect. So let's flow here, float forward, inhale, and then exhale it, reverse warrior. Reach back. So the back hand can touch the inner thigh or it can touch down by the knee. So you want to sink low in the bottom half and reach high in the top. You're like lifting out of the core, sucking the belly button in. Beautiful. Release it down, triangle pose. And we're going to hold here and breathe. Any advanced yogis, feel free to take your V arms in this posture if you'd like. Everyone else can stay or float over. Either is acceptable. Good. Go ahead, frame the foot here and come into a lunge. Allow the release in the back knee and toe. So you can just let it all hang down there. Good. We're going to come up to the thigh, up to the sky. And if you'd like to take a back bend, go for it. Or if you want to ease into it, just start to take your gaze up, and then you can go a little higher, and then you can go back as far as you feel comfortable. Hold and breathe. Beautiful. Float the arms down, frame the foot, and we'll step it all the way back into Plankasana. Good. Hold and breathe here. Excellent work. So we're going to walk the hands and feet together. Hang out in our forward fold. So you can do ragdoll position again and just sway from side to side. Or if you're ready to change it up, feel free to grab onto the calf muscles and pull yourself close, or just let your hands dangle down. Good. Let's plant our hands into the earth. We're going to lift that other leg to the sky, up to hip height first. Check in. If your body is okay with this posture, go ahead, lift it a little bit higher, and then come into your fullest expression. So lift all the way up, toes pointed, body close to the base leg, everything squared off. Awesome work. Take a big breath in, deepen on the exhale. One more breath. Let it go. We'll float the back leg down and we'll find our warrior two. So take your time. Lift the arms up, expand and lengthen through from fingertip to fingertip. Allow the shoulders to release down. Good job, y'all. Suck the belly button in. Everything is nice and tight. We'll take an inhale, reach it forward. And then on the exhale, let's reverse. Reach it back. Oh yes, make it feel good. The way that you look might not look exactly like the person beside you, but if it feels good, listen to your body's cues. It might be telling you to reach back a little more, or to find your breath again, back off of the posture. Good. Release this down into your triangle pose, so arms just windmill down. Let's hold and breathe here, or your option to make it a little harder by making V arms. Totally your call tonight. Everybody's here for a different reason. Good, we'll just let that go. Frame the foot with the hands, come into that low lunge, and we're gonna slowly drop the toe and knee down to the ground. Trying to match and mirror what we did a while ago. I sometimes miss a thing or two, but I think we got it all. Lean forward, take some breaths. When you're ready, you can come up to the thigh, then you can go up to the sky and take your back bend if and when you're ready. So breathe in here, and then on the exhale, see if you can release out a little more. It's hard to balance in nature. Everything's moving, the trees, the leaves, the wind. Good, go ahead, frame the leg, take it down. Excellent work. We're gonna come off of the toe and knee and straight back into our Plankasana. Hold and breathe here about 10 seconds. Let a little bit of heat get created in the core, in the back, in the shoulders. Good. Alrighty, so we're gonna walk this all the way together. Hands and feet meet in the middle of the mat. Go ahead and take a little micro bend with the knees. We're gonna reach the arms out and up. Good, come through your heart center and just find release right there on your mat in mountain pose. Beautiful job. So we're gonna do a special flow tonight, a little bit different, but it'll be fun. Take a drink if you need to. We'll be in this flow for just a little bit. My goal is 3 to 5 breaths in each posture. Some people get excited about that, and some people get scared by it. Some of us love strength, some of us love cardio. It just depends on your preferences, but tonight is going to be a little bit more about strength. When it gets really, really hot in the summer, I try to slow things down a little bit, but in the winter, we'll have to move faster or we'll be too cold. So we'll switch gears definitely when it cools off a bit. So for now, we're gonna just enjoy those strength postures, soak them up, get what we can from them. So let's flow the arms up. Inhale, far-reaching mountain. And then we're gonna step outside of our mat. I know y'all don't like to, but come into goddess pose. So step out and lower down. Good. So your hands can be pretty much however you'd like them to be. If it feels better to flatten the palms out, you can. If you want to fist them, that's fine. Or if you want to take a mudra for balance, maybe thumb to middle finger. So we're pushing the knees back. We're allowing the stretch. We're allowing the heat to warm us up. So I want you to lift one toe off the ground. So big breath in. Exhale it out, sit it down. Let's try the other side. Big breath. Exhale it out. Are y'all ready to go for both? Let's see if we can do it. Go up. Hold as long as you can. And then set it down when you need to. Hold and breathe. Good. Let that go and we'll forward fold, release it out. We're going to try it again and see if we get a little bit better. And what's challenging about that is you've got two different textures going on. You've got two different heights, the leg that is up on the mat and the one that's grounded. So there is an extra layer of challenge to that. Good. We're going to take the hands to the hips, press ourselves up to the halfway position, check in, and then lift it all the way back up. Take your arms out into a big 5-pointed star and settle in. Good. Let the heat get created. Y'all look so beautiful in your goddess poses. Let's try the one toe up. Good. Let it down. Try the other. And let it down. This time, find something to focus on, okay? Now we're going to engage, suck the belly button in, and see if you can lift off and hold. Hold and breathe. Good. Drop it down, forward fold. Excellent work. Take it over. Grab in the middle of the ankles, right on the inside, and pull yourself a little further. Feel free to adjust the hips right to left if you need to. Good, let's roll it up nice and slow. We're gonna come back into that star. This time we're gonna take opposite arm down to the ankle, okay? Keep your back up tall. Let's breathe in, touch down. Now exhale it up. Two more just like that, breath in. Exhale it up. Last one. Exhale it up. All right, so we're going to take the other leg back over. This time, take it back and around behind you. Now I want you to touch down. So a little bend, but the back stays up. You got it, Alyssa.
Okay, I was like, which leg?
And up. So we're on a different arm. And we're going back for the other leg. Last one. This time, stay here. Now reach the arms back. Lean it forward, deep in here. Do y'all feel that in the outside hip? Oh yeah. See if you can extend your back a little longer. Y'all are doing super good. All right, now I want you to step outside of your mat, come back into that wide forward fold. So just step out. You can frame your mat with your feet. Go ahead and wiggle your feet back. So we're gonna come a little bit further. And we're going to do some diamond push-ups, all right? Since we're talking diamonds tonight, come on forward. Make a little triangle or an upside diamond right here. So you can do these on your toes or you can do them flat-footed. Either way, you're just going to do a little micro bend in the elbows. So just inhale and exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale, push away. It's a tiny move, but it's so powerful. Let's do about 3 more. You've got this. 2 left. Breath in. Exhale as you come out. Last one. Good job. Walk it all the way into a plank. So, we're going to hold here and breathe. I'm going to show y'all what this looks like. Try not to look up too long, but you're going to touch opposite arm to ankle and then come back. So breathe as you do this. Get about 5 total. All right, here we go. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale it down. 4 more. Inhale, switch sides. Exhale it down. 3. Feel free to hang out in just wide plank or child's pose. And we've got 1 left. You've got this. Come back into that wide plank. Good job. Walk the hands back. And this time we're going to walk our hands over to the side where the parking lot is. Good. From here, just find your favorite pyramid level. So you can just hold right here in pyramid. You can lift your toe. You can flow up and down. Whatever you need, just hang out there. Really get a good stretch. Try to get your head really close to the toes. Lengthen through the spine. We're going to walk it over to the other side. So just come across your mat, over, bend that back knee, lengthen through the spine, flow or hold. Good. You guys did excellent. Take it back to the center. Just walk your feet in together. Good. We're gonna slowly start to roll up. Just roll it up nice and slow, tracing the fronts of the legs. And we're gonna come into a far-reaching mountain here with our arms. So just lift them up. Now we're gonna take our knee up to the sky to flexed foot. So find a focal point here. Engage the core. Reach tall. Good. Now look at something that's not moving because we're going to twist into this leg. So just begin to twist. Shoot your gaze over to the side. If you come out, just drop down and come right back up. Good. Really testing our strength and stability here. Good. We'll take it right back up. And this time, see if you can change your focal point and come into your warrior three. So hinge forward. Remember the modification, back toe is touching the ground. You still get an excellent, excellent stretch with the toe on the ground. So from there, when you're ready, you can drop out into your standing split. So just hands touch the ground. Good. Find your forward fold, so drop that back leg. And slowly start to inch your way up. Good, good job. Feels amazing on that leg. So let's try the other side. If you need to adjust in any way, close, take a drink. Now's the perfect time. The sweat has definitely begun, so you can keep your towel close by. A lot of you girls watch my videos and y'all see me like, especially when I'm teaching Pyo, I like have my towel beside me and I'm trying to like, while I'm taking a breath, try to get it off so it's not rolling in my eyes. I'm a sweater. It's good to sweat. I used to hide from it, but it's actually a very good thing. You're detoxing. You're letting things go that don't need to be in your body. So it's a good thing to sweat, y'all. All right, take your shoulders up, back, and down. We're going to come into that far-reaching mountain. Everything's going to get done on this other side. So we're going to step out into goddess, outside of our mat, lower our body down. Good. I'm going to shoot the video up. It's like right there. Hello. All right. Sorry, people at home. All right, so we'll flow down, really challenge our goddess pose here. If it feels better and more grounding to you to be centered so that your toes not up on one side and down on the other, you can scoot it. Y'all ready? So let's try a single leg. So come up on that toe, inhale. Exhale, put it down. Other side, inhale. Exhale it down. Find your focal point. When you're ready, take lift off, hold and breathe. Suck everything in, but you're still breathing. Good. Put the heels down, forward fold, release it out. Good. Feel free to move from side to side. Whatever feels best to you. All right, we'll come hands to hips. We'll push ourselves all the way up. We're gonna come right back down into that goddess pose. Sink into it, really push the knees back. Try to not let them collapse in. Let's try single leg. Inhale, put it down, exhale. Inhale, lift it. Exhale it down, find the focal point and lift off when you're ready. Hold and breathe. Let the shaking begin. Everything's on fire. Good. And 3, 2, drop it down, forward fold. That release feels really good, doesn't it? Oh yes, the shaking. That means you're working. Everything is engaged. All right, halfway position. Lift it all the way up. Let's see if we can do a little better with the cues on my part here, touching down. So we're gonna make connection 3 times, okay? Breath in, touch your ankle. You're coming into a little side lunge. Exhale it up. Inhale, sink in, but your back stays tall. Good, that's what's gonna force the hip to open a little more. When you stay upright, now we're gonna take that other leg, come back and around behind you. Now we're gonna drop it down. So drop down, float it up. Drop down and float it up. One more time, we're gonna stay down low. Good, now shoot both arms to the back, hinge it forward, stretch your spine long. Sink in. It's almost like reverse pigeon, right? Yep, that same feeling. Hold and breathe, squeeze your triceps, you're working your triceps. All right, step it out into the wide forward fold. And we're gonna find, oh, we've gotta do our diamond push-ups, totally forgot about that. Darn, right? Come up on the tippy toes. Knock out 5 of these, okay? Slow breath, inhale, exhale it up. Inhale. You don't have to be on your toes, and you can actually just be holding wide forward fold if you don't want to do this. This is your hour. This is your self-care. You get to pick how and what you want to do. Last one. Good job. We're going to come into a wide plank. So if you need to adjust and put your feet down, I just want your booty flat. Y'all remember, opposite reaches. So on the inhale, touch arm to opposite ankle, and then exhale it back. Booty drops down. Inhale, reach for that other. Exhale it down. I'm gonna watch y'all for this next 2. Inhale it back. Exhale down. You got this, do it again. And here's our last one, best one. Good. And we'll take those arms, reach them all the way back. We're gonna find pyramid on each side, and then we will be complete. So feel free to take your pyramid on either side, bend the knee, elongate through the spine. Excellent. Find your way over to the other side. I want you to take the biggest breath you can in, and on the exhale, sink. Another breath. Exhale it out. Beautiful. Come back to center. We're going to walk those feet in together and slowly work our way up into a standing posture. Good job. We got to do that twist, the standing twist up here. So first, we'll just lift our arms up, breath in. This time, we're going to open to the other direction. First, find your focal point. Lift that knee, flex the toes, start to look over to the side, find a new focal point, and open your arms. Beautiful. Breathe here. Lift, lift. 3, 2, 1. Take it back. Center. See if you can shift your focus and come into that warrior 3. Good job. Hold and breathe. When you need to, release out into standing splits. Drop the hands down. Then you can drop the foot. And then you can roll it up. So beautiful. Nice work, ladies. Tons of stretching, but a lot of strength incorporated there too. And you probably started to breathe a little heavy. That is because your large muscles were moving. They were the primary focus, especially the glutes, all down the backs of the legs too. Everything was engaged. So those muscles require a ton of oxygen. So let's close our eyes down in our mountain pose, or feel free to grab a drink, adjust. Toes touch, little space between the heels. You just worked really hard. You did some amazing stretches. Hopefully it felt really good. So I want you to just come back to your intention. Check in with your body. Take notice of how it feels, where it feels better, where it could use a little bit more work in this last little portion of class. And let's give it what it needs. Let's restore 100%. Open your eyes. We'll take a big breath in, float the arms up. Go ahead, exhale and forward fold nice and slow. There's no rushing here. Take your time. When you get down to the bottom, I want you to take your half lift. Inhale. Stay here in your half lift. So your hands are touching either your shins or the tops of your feet. And where I want you to check in it is your shoulders. Did they start to like fall forward? Really push them back and down the spine. Elongate through from tailbone to the crown of your head. Really push your hips to the back. Good, that's perfect alignment. Now you can drop your head back into that forward fold. We're gonna plant our hands into the mat and we're gonna come into a kneeling plank. So just take your feet back and then drop your knees down. Oh yes, we made it. So we're gonna tuck our elbows in really close to our body and we're gonna just slowly drop our chin and chest to the mat. So nice and slow, challenge it here as slow as you can go. And then when your chin and chest touch the mat, you can go ahead, finish out, press your hips down as well. So now we are on our bellies. We made it, right? My favorite part of class. When we did the work, now we're on the ground and we're gonna do some glorious stretches. So first find a little back bend by coming up on your forearms. They're planted into the mat. Squeeze everything on the lower half together. So squeeze the inside of the legs, the ankles, press the tops of your feet into the mat. Good. That press in is going to help you to lift up. Good. I saw that little adjustment. I love it when you guys do that. Awesome. Just hold here. If you need a little more, feel free to come into your upward facing dog if you'd like. That is optional. Some people like to, some people are just fine right here. The only difference is you straighten your arms and your knees come off the ground. So if you want to go for it, you can. But you can stay right where you're at and it works the same way. Find your comfort level and own it. Good. All right, so we're gonna lay here in a little scissor position, but we've got to take one arm down below us. And then we're going to take the top foot behind us. Let me just adjust. All right, so the side that we're going to lay on, put that arm down. So you're just on your shoulder. So your legs are stacked, but you're just on like one side, but that shoulder is underneath you. Take your top leg and put it behind you. Top leg goes back. Rest your head on the ground. So just start to inch your other arm up above your head. So one is down underneath you, below you, one arm is coming up. See if you can move your body from side to side and find where that spot is that's holding the tightness. From here, if you want to, bend the top leg that's back behind you, bend it. See if you might be able to grab it with that hand that's behind you. Not the top hand, the one behind you. Yep, you got it. Hold and breathe. Now notice what happens when you let go of your muscles. Try to let go. Breathe through it. Then you can let go of the top foot. Slowly come back onto your belly. Good job. I love any kind of twisting for the low back. Feels really, really good. I know it feels awkward with your arm underneath you. If you can get past that, then you're golden. So just take one arm down and then try to lay over on that shoulder and stack the legs. So it's basically like you're just stacking your legs with an arm back behind you. Good. Use your top one for balance. Once you get adjusted there, let your head down. And then take your back foot, separate it so it's going to go back behind you. Good. Enjoy the slow twist at first, and then you can deepen where you need to. Start to reach that top hand above your head. And if you're ready to, you can start to bend the back leg and start trying to make connection. If you don't make it, it's really not a big deal. Now see if you can let go. This side may feel lots better, maybe harder or easier. Slowly let go of that foot. And we're going to just make our way onto our backs. So however you'd like to do this, just make sure it's nice and slow. Oh, yes. When you get there, just hug your knees into your chest. Nice big squeeze to the legs. Allow the hips to come off of the ground. Really pull them in tight. You can rock from side to side if you'd like to. Get a little tiny back massage by rocking from side to side, pressing your back into the ground. Beautiful. Let's drop the feet down, the knees stay up, and we're going to just walk our feet really close to the bottoms. To the bottom, not bottoms. There's one bottom. Sorry. All right, once you get there, then we're going to press our palms right down by our hips. So those palms down into the earth. We're going to lift off into bridge pose. So you can take your hips all the way up to the sky. Readjust your body. Try to get all the weight to come into the shoulders. Lift off using your heels. Your toes should be able to wiggle. You can interlock your fingers underneath you at the ground if that feels right. Feel free to come into a single leg so you can extend one to the sky if that's in your practice. If it's not, it's no big deal. I want you just focusing on squeezing the glutes together, lifting them high, and breathing. Focus on your breath here. We're moving into the last little bit of class, so I really want you to utilize your breath. Let it relax you, calm your nervous system. On the next exhale, slowly push each vertebrae into the ground, nice and slow. And then we're just going to come right back in to hug the knees and rock it out side to side. You can also do little circles if that feels better. Like make about 3 circles in one direction. And then after you complete those, just do the equal amount on the other side. Nice work, y'all. Go ahead and drop your legs down, bridge pose one more time. Give you the opportunity to do single leg on the other side if you did it. This time I really want you to focus on acting as if you had a block in between your knees. You're going to squeeze it to keep it there. So lift off, come into the shoulders. Take interlocked fingers if you'd like and work your shoulders underneath you. Now engage and squeeze the inner thighs together while lifting your hips up to the beautiful green trees. Hold and breathe. Feel free to lift off into that single leg if you wish. We're going to go ahead and unlock the fingers and slowly come down. This time we'll come into legs up the wall. So just make an L with your legs. Good. Hold here. Go ahead and just put your hands out parallel to the legs. So we're just reaching up, hands and feet towards the heavens. And this time I want us to lift our shoulders off of the ground. Reach up and try to touch your toes. Breath in. Exhale, set it down. Let's do it again about 3 times. Breath in, squeeze at the top. Exhale it down. 2 more, nice and slow. Really squeeze the core nice and tight. Let it go. And last one. Biggest expression up towards the toes. Squeeze a little more. Lift, lift. And lower it down. Go ahead, bend the knees. Just hold them here. We're going to come up for just a few little bicycle crunches. I want you to take a breath in and extend one leg out down towards the ground. Lift your shoulders off of the mat. We're going to connect opposite elbow to the knee. Breath in. Exhale it out and switch sides. Go ahead, breath in, squeeze, breath out, let it down, switch sides, breath in, squeeze, lower, and here's your last one. Switch it, make connection. And we're gonna lower that down. Good job, let your legs go. And we're gonna just come into a little crisscross position here. Very similar to what we were doing in the standing posture when we reached our arms back. But this time we're going to crisscross the legs, grab behind the knee, and slowly start to pull your legs towards you. Now if you can, grab your pants or your ankles and peel the legs to where you're really trying to make them cross even harder. Once you pull them away from each other, now lift them up to the chest. Breathe here. A little more, and let it go. Slowly switch sides. Feel free to ease in or go straight for it. You can grab behind the knees and gently start to pull in. And then when you're done with that and want a little more, peel the legs apart and close. Good, let's release that. We're gonna just take the knees into the chest. And we're going to open our arms into a T posture and prepare for a twist. Legs come towards the parking lot so everybody's in the right direction. So just drop your knees over to this side. Go ahead and look away from the legs. And if you want to, you can deepen in this posture by sending the bottom leg down to the ground. Try to keep both shoulders on the mat if you can. And it's okay if the leg is just hanging there. Gravity is working, pulling it closer to the ground. Slowly come back, center. Knees to the chest. You can keep your arms out in the T posture and just let your legs drop out the other direction. Try to keep both shoulders down. Look away from the legs. Feel free to deepen in the posture by sending one leg down and keeping the top leg bent. Once you get there, take a big breath in. Exhale and melt in. One more breath. Good. Let's come all the way back center. And we're just going to prepare our body for rest. So if you brought essential oils, you can definitely grab for those now and place them on your wrists. If you did not, it's totally fine. You can just lay back, get a head start on your Shavasana. Feel free to grab a towel and place it over your eyes if you need to. lay all the way back. If you did use essential oils, feel free to just cup your hands right over your nostrils. Breathe them in. Soak this moment up. And then when you're ready to find complete rest, allow your body a couple minutes of nothingness. Just completely let go of your breath. Return to a natural state. Allow your ankles to drop open and your calves just to rest into the earth. Your low back is supported. Your palms are up towards the heavens, allowing those blessings to rain down on you. Your chest is open. Your head is relaxed. Your jaw is soft. And I'll bring you guys back in just a few minutes. Slowly begin to just wiggle the toes and fingers, just bringing yourself back to your body. Notice the sensations and how you feel, and you can just slowly make your way over at any point into a fetal position. One last opportunity here just to check in, fill up with peace and gratitude. Enjoy these last few moments. And as you lay there, I just want you to think about this quote. I love it so very much. It says, "We don't use our body to get into a pose. We use the pose to get into our body." So just let that sit with you for a second. We don't use our body to get into a pose. We use the pose to get into our body. You guys can slowly make your way up into a seated posture as you're ready. What an awesome, beautiful night. I know that the little mosquitoes love us in August. It seems like July and August are the hardest with that. So thank y'all for putting up with them. And I want to just take us back to the beginning of our class and share with y'all one last time, and then we'll close. Allow God to use the difficulties and disappointments in life as polish to transform your faith into glistening diamonds that take on His reflection and love. So let's take our hands right up to our heart. Let that just sink in. Thank you guys so much for being a part of class tonight. Let's lift our hands up to our third eye. Sky above, earth below, and peace within. Let's bow and say namaste. Just bring your hands to your heart. Thank y'all so much. Yes, beautiful class tonight. I love that we're finally getting to see it get dark. And y'all enjoy your ride home. Do y'all get to see the sun set as you're driving home? That's like my favorite. I love it because you feel good and you're driving home and you get to see the sun's over there. I can see it setting. So I will see y'all Friday morning if you get to come to class at 5:45 in Ovilla. If not, I'll see you back here. Too early.